Hi everyone, welcome back to Between the Devil and the Deep Sea, and today we have a very special guest host.
Hi, my name is Kara. I'm going to be interviewing Kimberly on Salt to the Sea. So, what's the book about?
So, Salt to the Sea is a historical novel written by Ruta Sepetys in 2016. Ruta is a Lithuanian-American woman who used her own family's experiences regarding World War II to write a relatable, interesting work of literature, as we know as Salt to the Sea. It's a novel that follows four main characters through their journey to try and escape Germany in the midst of war. During this time, Alfred, a German soldier, Florian, a discreet runaway, Joanna, a medical personnel, and Amelia, a young pregnant Pole, meet one another. This series follows a story that folds out that includes Russian bombings, the German terrorist attacks, and the devastating deaths that were never recorded during the war, such as those on the Wilhelm Gustloff. It follows a very real event towards the end of the novel, shining a light on real life, while also including some fictional aspects.
So, what did you not like about the book?
Well, some cons, the major con, is that the ending was anticlimactic, if anything more. We followed all the characters through the book and got to learn so much about them and their history. But then at the very end, we time skipped to 20 years past or 20 years forward. And then all of a sudden, we learned that one of the characters is dead and that the other two had kids, which it's just a lot to sum up into 2 pages. Not only that, but they're static secondary characters that have little to no characterization. And so when eventually they die in the book, it's hard to feel anything for them. And then the expansion to the world is little to none, as outside of the main story plot, there's not a lot going on that we know about them, other than the few context clues that we're given, which I think is very vital.
So, what do you find interesting about the book?
So, some interesting parts is that how this book is formatted, I find very unique because every single part is a first-person POV that switches 4 POVs, all 4 main characters, and so allows us to get a more complex depth into how each character thinks, how they act, why they're doing what they're doing, which makes for really good character development. And not only that, but there's a lot of similes and metaphors, and not only that, but a lot of symbolism throughout the book, which allows for the reader to go more in depth to why the book is written that way and what's going on. And not only that, but it's just really good for the plot, and it's also historically accurate. And the multiple perspectives, such as Alfred and the Nazi side versus Amelia and the minority, such as Polish side, is also really nice.
So, what do you think is the strongest theme to the book and why?
So, in my opinion, I think one of the strongest themes in the book is about family and how family will be one of the strongest bonds you'll always have and how you should cherish it. Because each character, for the most part, has a strong bond with their family that we see them recall to time and time again. Florian has his connection with his younger sister Anne, who he sees represented in Amelia. Amelia has her entire family, her mom, her father, her baby, all of them who she shares very strong connections to. Joanna has her mom and her entire family, even her cousin, that she longs for time and time again. And Florian has a little bit of him where he likes talking to his mom and recalls the times past before he was a soldier.
So, what do you rate the book out of 5 and why?
Out of 5, I would rate the book a 4.5. There's a lot of symbolism, which I just love in books. It's very well written, and how Ruta writes her books is very interesting, and I personally am a fan of her writing style. It was plotted very nicely, and the pacing throughout the book was well done, and it was easy to follow. But the reason why it isn't a 5 is because of that ending, which really let me down.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. Thank you for tuning in to Between the Devil and the Deep Sea. I hope you have a good day.